Peace, light, and love to all tuned into this podcast. First and foremost, let me thank you for finding the time in your schedule to sit and talk with me today.
And thank you guys for having me.
Okay, for those of you who don't know this unique voice, why won't you introduce yourself?
My name is Carleena Costner. I'm currently the director of the Community Center here in Gastonia, North Carolina. Gastonia, born and bred. I went to Hunter Huss High School. I played basketball for Hunter Huss. Currently, still the all-time leading scorer for women's for Huss. Once I graduated Huss, I got a scholarship to go play basketball at Appalachian State. I played there from 2003 to 2007 and came back here to Gastonia. Got my master's degree from Georgia Southern. So once I came back to Gastonia, just started volunteering. I did an internship first and foremost with the city. And once I completed my internship, started to volunteer with the kids, coaching little rec league basketball teams. At the time, I was a case manager, so I was also working with that special population. While I was volunteering with the city, once a part-time position came open with the city, I applied and got that position. And from that moment on, just worked my way up through the system. Started part-time, then got a promotion to assistant director, and then maybe less than a year or so later, got another promotion to now director of Phillips Center.
Yes, okay. Okay, so you mentioned that you went to Appalachian State on a basketball scholarship. After Appalachian State, why did you choose to come back to Gastonia?
I think that was always a part of the plan for me. In my last interview to the newspaper, when I left to go to Appalachia, they asked me what I wanted to do in the future. And typically an athlete, their dream is to play in the WNBA. Well, I had sustained an injury prior to me going to Appalachian State where I dislocated my shoulder. So I knew that could possibly impede on any professional play. And unfortunately, at Appalachian State, my freshman year, I had to have surgery on that shoulder. So, realistically thinking, fast forward into the future, I knew, I wanted to come back to Gastonia and just be a positive impact on my community. I grew up right here in Camelot, in the same neighborhood that my center is located. So, I knew just coming back, being a part of this community, trying to, teach the kids that there is a life outside of Gastonia. There's a world outside of Gastonia that you can explore. A lot of kids I've noticed like to stay in their comfort zones around their family and their parents, and I was that kid. I love my family. I come from a big family, so I love being around my family. But I knew what I needed to do was to get out of Gastonia and get my education and give myself options. So I made the choice to come back, but some don't, some do, some don't, and those that do, I like what I'm seeing with the adults that's starting to step up and give back to the community. I love what you guys are doing in the community, so I just want to see everybody being active in our community, because these kids, they definitely need those role models.
Right, because they are definitely our future. So you run a program here at Phillips Community Center. And I've noticed that you have drills and skills program. Tell me a little bit more about that and what it is you offer with that.
Drills and Skills is a new program that I'm introducing in this spring. Basically, it derives from private training that I've done over the years. Once I graduated from App, I came back to Gastonia, worked part-time at T. Jefferson Center. And in doing that, it was a man, Otis Holland. He had a daughter. She was very talented, Omari Holland. And she possessed a talented skill set in an early age. I believe she was like 9 years old at the time. So, he told me he had heard about me. He wanted me to work with his daughter. And, I just started doing that, and she started to improve, and people loved what they saw, and it kind of grew from word of mouth. So I've been privately training since 2009, kind of on my off time when I get the chance. Never made anything of it, but at this point now, those same kids that I trained when they were 9, 10 years old, they're playing high school ball and they're outstanding. I mean, you have Amari Holland at Forest View, Hannah Clark in Kings Mountain. I've worked with numerous of the girls on the Ashbrook team. I mean, just having the opportunity to put my hands on these kids and teach them some of the game and help them learn and mold has been very exciting for me. So I knew that, once I pitched the idea to my boss, that he would give me free reign to make this a citywide program with the backing that I needed from the city.
Right, because having an impact on young adults' lives is that's great. A lot of people don't care, what happens to our youth, especially in the community, because once, like you said, once they get bigger than Gastonia, they leave and never come back. So I applaud you for coming back and actually caring, because I feel like there is a lot more in Gastonia. There's a lot of talent in Gastonia. So we definitely thank you for, taking the time out to work with those that are in need. Are there any other programs that the Phillips Community Center offers?
At this time, our grandstand program will be drills and skills. We're set for construction this summer. Hassan Whiteside he's agreed to donate some money to construct reconstruct our gym. So right now, I don't want to implement too many programs because I don't know exactly when that construction is going to begin. But once we do, once we've completed the drills and skills and the gym is reconstructed, we'll add numerous training programs. I tried my hand at the women's basketball once before. I think that can really pick back up with the right publicity. We do have an adult league that we play during the summer, and we have a summer basketball league for the kids. So I know that once we get this program off the ground and everything gets up and running for it, I'll have time to really focus on other little side programs from that.
Okay, what would you like to see more of in your community, or more from your community?
Action.
Yes.
I like to see more action. There's so many people that talk about what they can do, talk about what they want to do, but you don't see it. I mean, so many other athletes that have played basketball that's right here in Gastonia, but I want to see those people volunteering, coaching these little league, rec league teams, because we need volunteers. The city of Gastonia, we host numerous leagues, baseball, basketball, soccer. We have a lot going on, and we need volunteers.
So if they want to volunteer, what are the steps they need to take, or who do they need to see or contact?
You can go into any center if you want to be a volunteer. You just go into any center and let them know you're interested in being a volunteer. We will give you a background check. You do have to complete the background check and pass the background check.
Of course, you're working around kids.
Right, in order to be a volunteer. But once that background check comes back, then it's pretty much getting the teams organized. And now we operate on a draft system. So all of our sports are drafted, and we do that to keep everything fair. Because other municipalities, Gastonia was the last one to pick up on the draft process, and it was rough starting out. A lot of people didn't really want to conform to it; they didn't understand it. But I think now it's made for better programs all the way around the board. Because you have the kids that know how to play, they're kind of mixed in with the kids that are new to sport, and everybody's making friends, and I think it's been great, and it keeps down some of the tension, because kids can be competitive, but
the parents can be
parents can be competitive as well. So I think now, and then we kind of mix it up. Certain kids, you've grown up in Phillips Center all your life. With the draft system, you don't really know where you end up. Sometimes you're over at Irwin Center, T. Jeffers, or Bradley Center, but it gives everybody in Gastonia the opportunity to meet all of us as a staff and get to know all of us and just be a part of what we have going on as a unit versus individual centers.
Okay, so if we wanted to speak specifically to you about drills and skills, Could you give us the address of the Phillips Community Center?
We're located at 2031 Echo Lane, Gastonia, North Carolina, 28052. And you can call me. My office phone is 704-866-6851.
Right. Thank you for all that you're doing for our youth. You know, keep up the great work because it will pay off. I know sometimes people expect payment right here in the present moment, but you know what you're doing is going to pay off in the future, and that's where it counts. So
thank you guys for, even considering me for this opportunity. I think what you guys are doing is great. Keep doing what you're doing, and anytime you need me, need my staff, just feel free to contact us as well. The same relationships you want to build with us, here at the Phillips Center and City of Gastonia, we want to build that relationship with you guys. I know that you guys are out there in the community, so anything that I can do or that we can do, just let me know.
Right, because action is most important.
Right. Actions speak louder than words.
Right. This has been Tessica reporting for The Way. Over and out.